So everyone gather around. It's time that I talk to all of you for whatever reason. If you want to look at who had a great performance, gotta single out my son, Eric. I know a lot of you have had your troubles with him over the years, and we've actually fired a few people for that, so maybe that's why you all get along with him now. The fact is, he deserved the championship way back in late 2009. And he proves now, he proves today, why he deserves to be back in that championship hunt. He's going to be a great North American champion. Their match, best of the show. Their match being Eric and Tom there, of course, but the fans come to see my son. That's the fact of it. And call it nepotism, I call it money. I call it a big angle seller. You see, back in the day, when Eric, when you were just a kid running through this business, and some of you remember that here, he was playing the baby to the fans, going through all those high spots, jumping through the tables, doing all that stupid stuff that kids do, right, Eric? They loved him. But now that he's a main player, now that he's on the show all the time, everyone says, "Oh, Eric, he's daddy's boy. Oh, Eric, he's getting pushed because he's his father's son." Well, there's a problem with that, kids. You see, if that's what everyone's saying about him, then he plays a natural heel, of course. But if he's playing a natural heel, if he's getting people angry, literally angry at him, doesn't that mean that everyone wants to see him, take a trash can lid to the face? Doesn't that mean everybody wants to see angry Gilmore get his revenge on my son? Of course. He sells the angle. He sells the story. He sells tickets. Maybe not merchandise, but he sells tickets. So yeah, I gotta say it's my son that's the one that made that match truly great. He's the one that elevated it higher than anybody else. And I do have to say, of course, that our show, as always, was anchored by the strong out of combat segments. And I thank all of you for that. But I really gotta say the MVP, the star of the night. Well, there's one other man, but aside from him, it's Eric. So aside from Eric, who do we have to thank? Well, Faith, go ahead, stand up. I know you like the limelight. I know you're all honest about it, or meek, or proud, or whatever it is. The fact is, son, well, that was a weird slip of the tongue now, wasn't it? Fact is, Christian, you've been the company for a long time, and you've deserved all of your title reigns. This one might actually be the least, even though you are the most experienced you've ever been. Christian, if you can go another few years, maybe we can get another title reign in there, but you and I both know, all of us know, that this is likely going to be Faith's last run with the title. This is likely going to be his last run at the top. And I'm already thinking of ideas for what could be your last Supreme Challenge. You are awesome, Christian. You're a guy that's going to be difficult to replace. I want all of you to work on your own abilities to replace him. Some of you have more varied ring style, and that's fine. Some of you talk really well. Some of you talk a lot like him. That's fine. I don't think there's anyone here who is as good of a performer as Faith is. So you know what? Yeah, he's better than you. He's always held himself as an upright, good natured person. He knows that he's better than all of you, but he doesn't flaunt it. Because he wants to improve the business. He wants to improve this locker room. He wants to make all of you succeed. That's a rare, rare quality in a person. And I thank you for that, Christian. And there's Big Smack Scott. Now, I know that this is going to come as a surprise to some of you, maybe, but Scott's actually a good example of what I want out of all of you. I know I just said that I want you to strive to be Christian faith, but let's face it, none of you are going to be him. What you all can be is the next Big Smack Scott. See, I brought him into this company because he had a lot of notoriety, he had a lot of that negative publicity. The fact is, he's turned it around, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's done quite well here. He can cut a good promo. He can work well enough in the ring, Kurt. I think you and him make a good team, of course. Big Smack Scott is the entertainer's entertainer. He does so well outside of the ring, getting himself over, making the crowd hate him. It doesn't matter if he's even terrible in the ring. They're still gonna boo him. They're still going to want to. They're going to want to see him lose. So the fact that he's now, of course, one half of the tag team champions. All you other pairs, if you get the first title shot, odds are you're gonna lose. I'd wait a few months before you come clamoring to me, wishing to unthrone that deadly duo. Because the fact is, he's the Big Smack, right? He can out-talk a lot of you. That means he has more value than a lot of you. So be like him. And if you can be better, be like Faith. And if you can be better than that, I'll give you essentially $1 million a year contract without batting an eye. That's how valuable you'll be. Thanks all of you. Drive home safely. Take a taxi if you're going to get drunk. And if you're underage, I can't remember how old you guys are. You can't get drunk. One, because it's illegal. But two, because if you did get drunk, it would come back to look bad on the company and I will fire your ass so fast. Boop.